I know. Don't quit my day job. So last basics episode, I talked about how I prefer cast iron for my grilling surface, and then I moved on, and I thought to myself, well, maybe some people aren't aware of cast iron, or they've written it off in this modern age of ours. So if you bear with me, I'll explain to you why this is such an awesome product, and you should have it in your kitchen.
Today's episode is brought to you by
Merino wool socks. These things will change the way you view comfy feet forever. See, they come from a particular sheep, merino sheep, that create a type of wool that has very few burrs on it, so it's not itchy like traditional wool. And wool has all sorts of great features to it. It's antimicrobial, it wicks away moisture from your skin, so the result is something absolutely fantastic. And these days when they're creating them, they've added some extra cushioning along the sole of the foot too. So when you put these things on and say just walk around in them for the day, or perhaps you take them and you do something like a workout in them, they will keep your feet dry and just the right temperature all day long. They are pricey, but I promise you, they are worth it. Many people think that cast iron is outdated in the modern kitchen. See, with inventions like stainless steel and aluminum coated in non-stick, or even copper being more available to the home kitchen, we think, well, let's just get rid of this big hunk of iron. But you shouldn't. In fact, if your grandma's getting rid of theirs, or if you find a piece at a garage sale, even if it's all rusted, buy it. Because this stuff lasts forever. I've had this piece for 15 years and it basically looks like it's new. And we can recover something that has rust on it. See, iron naturally wants to produce rust. When you add even just a little bit of air and water to it, rust develops like there's no tomorrow. So what we need to do, if you have a pan that has a lot of marks on it of rust, you're first going to want to take and scrub that down. Take some steel wool and really get that surface clean so you can see the pure iron again. Or if you're in the case as well that you've just bought this from the store and it says it's been pre-seasoned, we still want to take some steps to give that some extra protection so that the air and water can't get at it and produce more rust. So what you're going to need in order to protect this or season it, no, I'm not talking about salt and pepper. I'm talking about adding a layer of oil to this in order to protect it. What you're going to need is some sort of neutrally flavored oil. So don't go with extra virgin olive oil or something like that. I've got here today canola oil. That'll work for you. And any oil of your choice would be good. You're going to need a clean rag, and that's about it. I've poured some oil into a little container here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rag and I'm going to dip it in my oil, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to thinly coat the entire surface of my pan. And when I say the entire surface, I am also including in that the handle, because the handle is made out of iron too, and it will rust if I don't coat it. So get the inside of the pan, the outside of the pan, and the handle of the pan entirely coated in a thin layer of oil. There, all shiny and beautiful. What we're now going to do is we're going to set our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Once that's come to temperature, you're going to take and set your pan upside down on a middle rack, and take an extra pan and put it underneath in case there's any dripping that comes off of that as it cures. Leave it in there for a good half an hour to 45 minutes. If your pan is brand new, or if it was really rusted and you really had to scrape it down before you started seasoning it again, you can always go ahead and do that process all over again. It won't hurt. Otherwise, you're only going to need to season it every once in a while. To maintain your pan, what you need to do is take a pair of tongs and a paper towel. Wad that paper towel up a little bit so that it fits in between your tongs. And add a little bit of salt when it's hot, just after you've done your cooking process. The salt's going to act as an abrasive material, and you're going to scrub that all over the surface of your pan. Dump out any remaining salt and discard your paper towel. What's my favorite thing to do on a cast iron pan? Steak. But that's another show. For now, if you find this stuff, hold on to it. If you have it, treat it well, and it'll last a lifetime. Cast iron. Who knew, right?